Okay. In school, we grew up watching videos and documentaries on different types of cultures. One that stood out to me the most was traditional African religion. Seeing their different face masks, face paint, and dances made me wonder what it all meant. Each mask, pattern of paint, and body movement has a certain significance. Throughout my years in school, I've observed many different aspects of this culture. This explanation of African religion will open your mind up to different culture and clarify certain aspects of it. Traditional African religion has many different rituals that are more oral than scriptural, and involves a belief in a supreme leader, belief in spirits, use of magic, and traditional medicine. The aspects of this religion that I am focusing on today are the ceremonies, practices, and rituals, and vice and virtue. In their ceremonies, communal ceremonies are a popular form of religious expression. Members of the community are overcome by a force, also called ash or nama, and it builds their skills, separating their feelings elected by the mindset from their daily life. Okui is a rite of passage ceremony that involves a ritualistic dance. Contemplating pure symbolic embodiment must be in a certain particular mindset and has a frame of reference, stated values in relation to which judgments could be made. Practitioners prove their own way, which means they have to initiate it and they start their own rituals and ceremonies themselves. Then devotionary rites, done with small objects such as bones, cowrie shells, strips of leather, and flat pieces of wood. They're usually done on the ground within a circle. Those who divine as a living are also sought for their wisdom and knowledge of health medicine. Practices and rituals. One supreme god is worshipped through consultation or communion with lesser deities and ancestral spirits, honored through libation and sacrifice. There's a belief in clinical nature of reality, which means the living stand between ancestors and unborn. They embrace natural phenomenons, such as ebb and tide, which is like the reflex or tide of the ocean and its movements. Then waxing and waning moon, the moon cycle, and what it all means. Then the rhythmic pattern of agriculture, which is the growing of crops if they're living or dying, or if they're not doing well or not. And then there's sacred places worshipped. One of them is Neri Igbo, a city-state that used religious authority to spread its message. Instead of war, it used religion. Then the Point of Sagamore, which is one of the most sacred worship places in Africa. And then Benin City, it's the location of the Oval Palace, and it's a popular place of worship. And my third point is vice and virtue. It carries out obligations of the communal aspect of life, which are respecting your parents and elders, raising children appropriately, and being honest, trustworthy, and courageous. They're monotheists, so they believe in one creator and giver of all things, and he manifests in the sun, moon, stars, comets, meteors, thunder and lightning, rainbows, and the great fig trees. All are used as places of worship. He comes to earth, bestows blessings, and gives out punishment. The significance of lightning is believed to be the movement of God, so whenever lightning strikes, it's God moving to separate places around Africa. And then it's also used as a weapon, but not to hurt people, just used to clear his own path in his own way throughout. And then brings them to the mountaintops. For example, a popular one that most believe he comes to is Mount Kenya. Then my conclusion, this statement, traditional African religion has many different rituals that are more oral than scriptural and involves a belief in the supreme creator who gives, takes, and bestows punishment. I hope I may have opened up everyone's mind today to a culture you may have never really taken a chance to know by explaining their religious ceremonies, practices, rituals, and vice and virtue.